today. A developing story tonight. It is a growing epidemic, prescription pill addiction, and the face of a victim is changing. More women are taking highly addictive pills that were prescribed by a doctor for a legitimate issue. But patients suddenly found themselves going back for refill after refill. I spoke with some central Indiana women who were in that dark place and are now shining light on the problem to help others.
I was a mother of 3 children, married.
Shauna Russell was a wife and mom on the move.
Taking kids to the soccer games and was a dance instructor.
Intense back pain didn't slow her down because she was on doctor-prescribed painkillers.
Had a lot of energy, felt great when I took them. I thought, man, this is awesome. I can, clean my house, take care of my kids, do everything and not be tired. And it really ended up snowballing. I mean, it was a monster in the end.
Vicodin, then OxyContin and oxycodone.
When the prescription ran out, then I noticed, well, I'd like to have some more of those, and kept trying to come up with more reasons to get them.
Did you feel like it was wrong? Like something something has to be wrong with this?
No, because it was prescribed.
Most people have faith and trust in their doctor, and if their doctor prescribes it to you, you think it can't be bad for me, it must be good for me.
A director at Fairbanks Alcohol and Drug Treatment Center, Robin Parsons, knows the disturbing stats. Prescription painkiller overdoses are on the rise, especially among women. According to the CDC, deaths from it among women has increased 400% in the past 15 years, compared to 265% among men. Parsons says women typically go to the doctor more than men, seeking relief from chronic pain, sleep issues, anxiety, and stress. They find it in legal yet highly addictive doctor-prescribed pills, like stimulants, opiates, and sedatives. But if you ignore the precautions, it can turn into a deadly habit.
From the outside, maybe seemed very under control.
A high school cheerleader, Carrie Arnold's life later spiraled out of control when she got hooked on her prescribed Valium.
I really did have a lot of anxiety issues and things that I didn't really know how to deal with.
The constant need for pills often becomes too expensive, and that opens the door into the abyss of street drugs.
And eventually, it was easier for me to use other drugs such as heroin because it was cheaper and it was readily available too.
But the addiction always comes with a cost.
And I remember digging around for my children's $2 bills. And I know there's a lot, people, steal and do this and that, but for me, that was a low.
Parsons says recovery requires professional help.
You can't just stop using them once you've been taking them for a period of time or you're at risk for seizure. So it's very important that you're detoxed off of those drugs by a medical professional.
Overcoming guilt and shame, both Sean and Carrie got help, turned their lives around, and are now sharing their stories to save lives. At 37, Sean has been clean for 7 years.
I want to help people. I know what it's like to be locked in that prison, and that's what it is. It is a prison.
26 years old, Carrie is 2 years clean. She urges abusers to expose their addiction and reach out.
Know that people are aware that there's a ton of other ways to deal with anxiety or pain or stress. Life can be so much more fulfilling than I ever imagined.
And experts say talk to your doctor if you have to take any prescribed highly addictive drug, and have a safety plan. Take the drug as prescribed and don't do other things with it, like crushing it or mixing it with other drugs. And keep all of the pills locked in a safe place, away from those who might try to sell it or might get hooked themselves.